There it goes. I'm not used to these high-tech speaker things today. We didn't used to have those. I'm here today as a former governor and as chairman of the Maryland Families for Stem Cell Research, and to urge your support of House Bill 1. I'm also here on behalf of my wife, Pat, who has Parkinson's disease, and my grandson, Andrew, who has juvenile diabetes. I said at an earlier press conference that he was diagnosed with juvenile diabetes when he was 7 years old. And at that time, we were told that within 10 years, they would have a cure. Well, Andrew's now, he'll be 18 next month, which makes 11 years, and there is no cure. There have been some hopes and some indications, but no cure. And embryonic stem cell research holds out the greatest hope. You'll hear from several people today who suffer from diseases, which is just 2 of some 70 diseases that scientists feel there's a potential for a cure through embryonic stem cell research. You'll also hear a great deal of testimony about the scientific and economic merits of stem cell research. And you may also hear misleading information in opposition to embryonic stem cell research. While I respectfully believe that people have a right to their personal opinions, I cannot understand the opposition to using embryos that couples would otherwise discard, throw in the trash can, to use them to find cures that could potentially help our loved ones live stronger, longer, and healthier lives. You will also hear that adult stem cells have led to cures and treatments to dozens of diseases, including Parkinson's and juvenile diabetes. Each of those diseases, or each of the diseases that opponents will reference, is represented by groups such as the Alzheimer's Association or the Christopher Reeve Foundation, and both of those support embryonic stem cell research. If these claims were true, I sure would like to find these cures for my wife and my grandson. Less than 10 years ago, Dr. John Gerhardt, who is here today, helped isolate the first human embryonic stem cell research. His research, along with his colleagues, was just beginning when the President announced restrictions on embryonic research and its funding, just about 3 years after that. Maryland must move forward with this research that has been hamstrung at the federal level. We must support our biotech industry and our research institutions, like Johns Hopkins University. We're way behind. We've already lost at least a year. Several other states, starting with California, I think there are about 9 that are moving ahead in this area with good, large funding. And we've risked losing our researchers. We already have lost Dr. Gerhardt's co-partner at Hopkins, who's gone to California. In closing, I would like to commend House Speaker Mike Busch for making this bill a priority for this year's legislative session and making it a leadership bill in the House. Last year, the Maryland House of Delegates passed this bill overwhelmingly and with bipartisan support. I hope we'll see similar action in the Maryland Senate this year. As a state legislator and governor, there were many issues and decisions that I struggled with. I understand that some legislators consider this a life issue. Well, I do as well. This bill is about my wife's life and my grandson's life. When you're facing terrible and terminal diseases, all you have is a hope for cure. And please do not deny hope for hundreds of thousands of Marylanders, and vote yes on House Bill 1. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.